One love, God bless. Fire Nelson here, and today I'm going to talk to you about why you shouldn't worry about others. So I know this may sound a little crazy to some people, like, don't worry about others, don't take others, opinions and count for what I do. And I'm here to tell you, no, you shouldn't do these things. We need to stop doing these things, especially when we're trying our best to make progress in being our best versions, our best selves. Because what's the point of us showing up if we're not even really showing up as our best self, and we're just constantly emptying our cup and not filling it back up with the right spiritual practices and the right things that are going to recharge our spirit, our energy, our self, so that we can actually do the things that we need to do in life and we don't end up in the same struggles and predicaments. So of course, if it's a family member, a loved one, or a close friend that needs help, we should always be a helping hand. I'm not saying don't help others. I'm saying don't use your energy and time to worry about others. You can have sympathy for others, but not use your whole mind and go home and be at work and just be stressing, and be like, oh, what's wrong? It's like, oh yeah, this thing happened to my friend, this thing is happening to my loved one, this thing is happening to so-and-so, and I'm trying to come up with all the money for it, and I'm trying to do this all for it. I'm trying to see that's going to overextend yourself to the point where you don't even feel like you have time to meditate. You don't feel like you have time to indulge in your own self-growth or sit down and read your books and do your journaling. Sometimes we take too much on our plate, it seems, and we don't feel like we even have time, money, or whatever excuse you want to give, energy to do certain things. And that is because we're using our energy too much in different places, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whatever it is. We don't need to worry about making sure we please everybody that we come across in our environment. That's not what being peaceful, that's not what being righteous is to me. It's not making sure that every single buddy you pass or every single buddy at work likes you completely and is completely, happy and excited to see you. And you have to hear about all their tea and all their drama and all their gossip, and you have to hear about all their day and stuff like this. You can be one of those people. That's awesome. People sometimes need those people to unload on, and that's awesome if you can be one of those people. But I'm telling you here now that sometimes we gather up too many people that unload on us. Too many people that are doing these things, that are looking to us to be this person, be this, light, which we always are. We're always a light of inspiration, a light of wisdom, but we're not a light for someone to just get a quick high off of. Here, let me unload my baggage onto you. Here, let me unload my stress and worries onto you. Here, let me unload my gossip and drama onto you. See, when we do this, we're letting people come into our energy presence. We're letting people come into our bubble and affect how we think, especially when we're being a people pleaser type of way, and we're just, nodding our head and saying yes, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe that. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's a good thing to be nice to everybody, of course, but you want to protect your energy if you want to find true bliss and peace at all times, because people are going to want to drain your energy, whether consciously or subconsciously. These people don't know what they're doing 9 times out of 10, but they know that they can come to you because you're not gonna be a grouch about things, or you're not gonna go gossip about it to someone else. They know that you have loyalty within you, and that you're not gonna just treat them like a garbage and be like, oh, I'm busy, and you're not gonna, what they really is probably it. The main reason they talk to us is because they know that we're not gonna gossip and tell others, because we don't do these things. We're not here to gossip about others and do all this extra stuff. We're here to have a peaceful day and try to create some unity and try to be that light of the Most High. But sometimes people take that for granted and drain us. And it's okay to feel that. It's okay to realize that. And it's okay to switch up here and there so that you can have that boundary of respect that, hey, this is my peace bubble. You know? We don't need to be worrying about other people's stresses and worries and dramas. We have our own unique divine path to live, and it's a blessing. It's not filled with drama, anxiety, and suffering and all these things. These are things of the outside world that will constantly be shown to you. We have to realize this. Even our own family, friends, they're going to be suffering sometimes. This is a way of the world. We can't change everybody. We can't help everybody. And not everybody is as, blessed as we have been. So we have to realize that we're going to constantly see people suffering. We're going to constantly see people that need more than just a helping hand. And we're going to have to manage how we respond to these things. We want to be there for these people. We want to help these people, but we don't want to invest so much that it takes over our life. We have a divine mission. We have divine things that we need to be pursuing no matter what the circumstance. We have prayers to attend to no matter what the circumstances. We have meditations we need to attend to no matter what the circumstances. If you're feeling too tired to do certain spiritual practices and do certain creative dreams that you need to be working to because you're overextending yourself, thinking that you're going to heal everybody, thinking that you're going to help everybody, thinking that you're going to be everybody's savior, then really you're blocking so many other people being saved by your presence, by your true creative dreams coming to life, by your true talent, your true divine path being followed. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be harsh, but we need to stop worrying about others. We need to stop doing this. It's a crazy concept for this world, but it also isn't at the same time because we really live in a society where you don't even know your neighbors. So it shouldn't be that crazy. It's just that people don't like to say it out loud. That's what it really is. People just don't like to say it out loud. People are already not worrying about others, but they just worry about others when it's convenient for them, when it's something where they're going to be shown and awarded for, or it's something that they know they're going to get something back in return later. That's not how we worry. That's not how we help people. People be helping people just so they can gossip about their drama that they're going through. Isn't that crazy? There's people that really help people, they kind of help them. And then they'll go home, call their friend, and tell their friend all the stuff that person needed help with. And all the issues that they got going on and all that and stuff and that. This is real things that's going on. So we need to be a helping hand, but we don't need to be taking people's drama with us and spreading it and keeping it in us and stressing about what they're going through and this and that. We need to keep our serenity. We need to stay focused and not let situations and false obligations drain us. We could really go live in a mountain, no cell phone, no nothing, no connection, and that's what we could do, honestly. We could honestly do this, and who would really be able to say anything? And if something happened, if a situation happened to anybody, who would be able to contact us? Nobody. But we're in a mountain. We're at peace. We're not realizing all these things are going on. We come down 10 years later, get some information. We might feel it all then and there. Maybe even some sorrow for a while, But we have to realize that it's all an illusion. We don't need to do anything. Us actually being there for these people is just an extra blessing for them and for us as well, because there's lessons in all situations. But us happening to be there for these people is just a pure coincidence. It's just a pure blessing, like I said. Because we could be in a mountain somewhere, uncontactable, unable to help anybody, because that was the path that we chosen. There's many monks that don't have cell phones, that aren't out here contacting family and friends and out here trying to help them every single day. They're out here doing their spiritual path and helping millions of people by just doing their spiritual path. Sometimes it's not about your family directly. We, of course, want to help our family every way that we can. It's not about our friends directly. We, of course, want to help them everywhere we can. It's not about our loved ones directly, but we, of course, want to help them everywhere we can. But our spiritual practices come first. Our self-love, our self-care, our self-enlightenment comes first. When Jesus was doing his spiritual path, when Jesus was following his divine mission from the Most High, the disciples said, "Hey, Jesus, your mother and your brother are here." And he was like, "Mother and brother? Everybody's my mother and brother. I have things to do right now. They can follow if they want to." Jesus wasn't stressed about it. Jesus wasn't like, "Oh my gosh, my family's here. They're finally supporting me. Oh wow." No, Jesus wasn't worried about it. Jesus wasn't stressing about who was supporting them and who wasn't. Jesus wasn't worried about if if that person is their brother, if that person is his sister, if that person is his mother, if that person is his father. He was treating everybody the same. He was trying to show everybody the same love and show everybody the same wisdom that he was receiving. And that's how we need to enact. That was a good one. I don't know where that one came from. But that is the truth. We need to receive everybody with that same type of mindset, that same type of focus that Jesus had when he was on his divine path, where his own mother and brother came up and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, but yeah, we need to do this, let's get to this. Yeah, five loaves of bread, okay, a couple fish, okay, yeah, let's do this." Jesus was focused, and Jesus ended up helping billions of people. See, it's not always about worrying about others all the time. It doesn't say that in the book that Jesus straight neglected his family and just never gave them any wisdom. It just leaves that part out. What it's saying is that you have to stay focused on your path. You can't let outside distractions, outside attachments hold you down from being the best version of yourself, because you're waiting for them to say, "Oh, good job, Jesus, I'm here, support it." No, we need to be working just the same hard as if they're already supporting, and not worrying about, stressing about who's supporting, who's suffering, who's doing this and that. We should only be helping and doing what we can. Us increasing our wisdom, us increasing our knowledge is the best selfish thing that you can do, that's actually a selfless thing, because it's going to help everybody else. But sometimes we have to go into a cave. Sometimes we have to go into a mountain. Sometimes we have to go into the hills and the jungles. Sometimes we have to go into a retreat. Sometimes we got to go into a temple in India to get this information and knowledge. We have to be away from our people. We have to see them suffering from a distance and not be able to help, but keep our mind clear and keep our mind focused on the Most High, the eye center, the light and sound of the divine. We can't let outside sources stop our spiritual enlightenment, stop our spiritual awakening. It doesn't matter how many hours you work this week. It doesn't matter how many, sicknesses are in your family or sicknesses that are going on with yourself. You will get better. You will get stronger. You will be more healed mentally, physically, and spiritually the more that you focus on your spiritual path and the less that you focus on the outside ailments of the world. Everything can be healed mentally, physically, and spiritually with enough wisdom gaining and enough focus in your meditation. Because in your meditation, the knowledge will be shown to you. It will be gifted to you. You will be in your meditation. Also, a little whisper will come into your ear and say, "Look up herbs. Go search up Dr. Sabi. Go do this. Go do this." You'll be in your meditation, and you'll get little bits of drips of wisdom And then it'll be up to you to follow and find what is divine and what's not in your eyes. So we have to realize that our spiritual practice is not only for us, it's for everybody, but we have to make sure that we don't overextend ourselves to the point that we are missing out on the blessings that we could be giving others. We want to make sure that we're following our divine path as much as we can. Don't let the outside world and outside ties and chains and bonds, which are a beautiful blessing of friends, family, loved ones, and this and that, but we don't want to make them chains and bonds. We want to make them beautiful connections. We want to make sure that we are living the way that we are supposed to be living, not the way that we think that this person thinks that we're supposed to be living. We're not here to impress anybody but the Most High. We're not here supposed to live like anybody else except for the Most High. Forget about what the celebrities are doing to get rich. Forget about what your boss has done to get rich. Forget about what your friend over there has done to get their millions of dollars. Focus on you. Focus on your divine path. Maybe you're not supposed to have $1 million. Maybe those people don't actually have $1 million. They have $1 million cash. They have $1 million in their bank account. But in their head, it might as well just be $10,000. It might as well just be $500 because they're so messed up mentally, physically, and spiritually that it doesn't matter how much money is in their account. They are suffering every single day. So they don't really have $1 million the same way that we would feel if we'd have $1 million. They wish that we felt how we feel when we have $10,000. Think about that. Stop worrying about others. Worry about yourself and realize that you are blessed, that you are abundant, that you are wealthy, no matter what's in your bank account, no matter what clothes you have, no matter what car you drive, no matter where you live, you are blessed. You know, we have to realize this at all times. And sometimes it's funny, we go in this world and we're seeing these people, we're living like this on the internet, or we're seeing these people accomplishing this, and we're like, dang, I want to do that. And who says you aren't? Who says you won't? Don't say, dang, I want to do that. Just say, okay, I'm going to make sure I do that. I'm going to make sure I do that. You know, I already was going to go there, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to do that too. This is how we need to be thinking. We need to take this negative, worrying about others in a way that's so outside of ourselves and realize we have it all within us. It just takes focus. It just takes discipline. They might have just got lucky and, you know, happened to find the right type of career, find the right type of job, find the right type of life or whatever. And sometimes stuff just falls into people's hands. But we have been going the path that we have been because the Most High had a divine plan for us mentally, physically, and spiritually. I would choose a spiritual awakening over being spiritually asleep and rich any day. I don't know about y'all, but me having to go through the path that I had to go through, which is a path of living in lack, a path of living in, you know, greed, and a path of living in just ways of iniquity where I just was confused about the world but thinking I knew about the world. I would rather have gone through all that to get to here that I am now and know in my heart that I am truly wealthy, I am truly abundant, and seeing these abundant blessings flow to me, through me, with me, for me, in so many ways. This path is much better. You know, of course, everybody would love to be rich or whatever and just somehow wake up when you're rich. But lots of times people get in such a habit. People get the money and they don't think they need to grow. People get the money and they don't think they need to know anymore. People get the money and they completely waste it. If you don't have a pure vision before you get your blessings, before you reach your goals, before you reach your versions of success. If you don't have a clear vision, if you haven't done the work, written down what you're going to do on your journals, your goals, your 5, 10, 20 year, 50 year plans. If you haven't done these things, then when you get money, it's never what you think. It's a gift and a curse. Especially when you don't have a real mission behind it. Because when you have money with no real mission behind it, then it's money of nothing. It's money with no actual seed. It's just you cutting a crop, right? But you didn't bear any seed. So the money's just gonna run out eventually. You just cut the crop. You didn't take any seeds. You didn't learn any wisdom along the way truly about how to plant these seeds and how to grow the crop up and water them and make sure it has the right nutrients and make sure the water has a perfect pH so that it's received correctly, so that it's righteous, so that it's pure. So once those crop, some of the crop is even going to rot. It's not even going to go to you. It's going to go to taxes. It's going to go to this and that. It's going to go to your ex-wife. It's good child support. It's going to go to many different things when you don't have a righteous plan for what your success is, what your definition of rich is, what your definition of wealthy is. We have to realize that we need to have a true mission behind it. Like, I'll tell you, one of my goals is I want to make a clean trash solution. That's something I really want to do. That's something that I'm not actively researching every single day or anything like this. But when I do have the time, when I do have the funds especially, this is something I truly want to do, because there's so many countries, and even our own country, that is dealing with so much trash, so much waste. Our oceans are polluted to an extent where I don't even trust seafood. It's terrible. And the fact that we have so much technology, but we can't figure out a way to, destroy trash effectively, burn trash effectively. It doesn't make any sense, an incinerator, or I don't even know what it's called, but something, a super high powered laser to just burn it all up real quick, and the fumes are sucked up in a vacuum and they're put through a water filtration system so there's no contaminants, and then we can figure out something. But you want to have, of course, your goals of, okay, I want a nice house. Okay, I want to have this amount of kids, and I want to be married and want to travel here and travel this and that. You want to have those goals on your list as well, but you want to make sure that you have goals of what's truly in your heart asking for you to help others. What are you passionate about? Are you passionate about animals? Are you passionate about people? Are you passionate about building houses for underprivileged and homeless? What are you passionate about besides your own, self goals? What would make you happy to see in this world? What makes you angry that you see that no one is in your opinion helping? Do you want to provide fresh water for everybody? So we have to realize that we need to put intention behind our goals, not just the intention of our own self, pleasures and stuff like this, because these are good too. You want to put those in your journal and your goals as well, and your goal list as well. But you want to make sure that you have a bigger mission within these. It may seem crazy to you now. It may seem impossible to you now. It may seem like, how am I going to help all these people? But if there's something that you're angry about, there's something that you wish people did for somebody, write that as one of your goals, that you will do it. We don't have to make ourselves separate from the person that changes the world. we can be part of that change. But we have to stop caring so much about what other people think, what other people are doing, what other people are going through, and just be there. Just be a helping hand when we can, but don't let it overtake our day. Don't let it overtake our mind. Don't let it overtake our spirit. We have to stay separate and keep ourselves connected with the Most High and Divine, because we know that everything is working for the greatest good. We know that everything is working with divine planning. So if anybody is suffering, if anybody needs help, if anybody needs this and that, whatever, we can do what we can to help. But we know that we've done what we can. We don't need to overexert ourselves, and we'll leave the rest up to the Most High and pray about it. Because that's all we can really do. If the Most High is always working in the divine planning, in the divine mission, in the divine way, then we have to trust that and have faith that whatever outcome for anybody is what is supposed to happen. Just do what you can to help whoever you need to help, but don't overextend yourself. Don't take on everybody's drama. You don't have to hear everybody's gossip. You could say, hey, I'm sorry. I've kind of changed and I'm trying not to gossip anymore. Can you stop? Say it nicer than that, but say, I've changed and I'm trying to not gossip anymore. No offense, but you need to start having these conversations with certain people in your life so that you can protect your spiritual bubble. Because I know in the past, you may have been that person that was down to be toxic and do toxic things, but now you're not. And that's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to awake to the ways of the world and realize that a lot of the ways of the world are confused, to say the least. It's okay to not have an opinion like everybody else has an opinion about things. It's okay to keep opinions to yourself. It's okay to stay quiet. It's okay to be quiet. Lots of people that are awakened, that are spiritually in touch with the divine self, with the divine creator, are quiet because they see the craziness that people talk about and the craziness that goes on in this world. So it's okay. You're not alone. You just have to stay patient and realize that you need to keep on focusing on yourself and focus on these teachings that you're, reading about and listening about on whatever platform you listen to them to. And really just enhance your knowledge, enhance your wisdom, enhance your healing wisdom as well. Reading herbal books and, just different type of healing books. We want to always be increasing our knowledge and making sure we're doing everything we can to be on this divine path. So when people do come to us for help, we actually do have information. We've actually have read healing books about how to heal back pain or how to heal leg pain or joint aches and what herbs you need for certain things. So make your life easier by doing these things and increasing your knowledge and wisdom so that you can stress less about certain things and you can also stress less about yourself. We don't want to be worrying about ourselves even too much. We don't want to be picking at ourselves and constantly looking at every single lump and this and that. We want to make sure that we stay focused and centered, that the Most High is working with us. As long as we're eating healing foods and doing healing things, then everything will be okay. Everything is just a process of life. Sometimes there's ups and downs of the body, just like there's sometimes ups and downs of life. Just like sometimes there's ups and downs of the seasons, ups and downs of tides, ups and downs of the cycles of the moon and the sun and the earth. We can't be so hard on ourselves, and we can't be wasting our powerful spiritual and mental energy worrying about the physical, about other people's physical and mental and spiritual. We have to focus on ourselves and help when we can. Give wisdom when we can. Give knowledge when we can. Give a helping hand when we can. But if we're neglecting our own self, or if we're neglecting our own self-love, our own self-time for spiritual practices, for reading, for meditation, for prayer, for journaling, for going out in nature, doing grounding, if we're neglecting all these things and we're just overextending ourselves to make other people happy, to help serve other people, or whatever you want to call it, then you need to take a step back and start cutting things out of your life so that you can focus on yourself and make sure that you're truly walking in your divine path, because maybe your mission is bigger than what you think. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and I appreciate everybody that's been doing that. Let me know if you agree with what I've been saying. You know, drop comments about if you agree or if not, or if you just want to say thanks for the information, thanks for the wisdom, because I appreciate everybody's feedback. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting me, and yeah, I just want everybody to not suffer. This is my main goal. I don't want people to suffer. I want people to realize that you don't have to be so stiff and firm to be a spiritual enlightened being. You can also be a calm, cool, collective person, you know, with actual emotions, but still be living a righteous path, living a righteous way. You don't have to be so black and white about things. Life is beautiful, life is fruitful, you know, and everybody can be different. Everybody is different, and everybody has their own divine path. But when you're overextending yourself and you're trying to be like this person, you're trying to be like that person, you're worrying about this person, you're worrying about that person, then you're not being your true self. You're missing out on a divine gift that the Most High is trying to show you most times. And I pray that you get that gift and many blessings more. One love.